My dear cadets, welcome to you all at the virtual arena of Borishal Cadet College. I am Joydev Mondol, lecturer, Department of Mathematics, Borishal Cadet College. Dear cadets, due to pandemic corona, you could not able to come to your college. That's why I am here to conduct a virtual class. Before going to my class, I want to say how to put on, use, take off, and deposit of a mask. Before putting on a mask, wash hands with alcohol-based hand rub or soap or water. Cover mouth and nose with mask and make sure there are no gaps between your face and the mask. Replace the mask with a new one as soon as it is damp and do not reuse single-use mask. To remove the mask, remove it from behind. Do not touch the front of mask. Discard immediately in a closed bin. Wash hands with alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. Cadets, what do you see? Here you see there are three marbles. Among these three marbles, one is yellow and two is blue. So what we can say, this yellow marble, that is one out of three, and here you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are six marbles. Among these six marbles, two are yellow. So if we want to express this one, then we can write 2 out of 6. That is, if we neglect 2 and 6, that is 2 into 1 and 2 into 3, that is the result will be 1 by 3. So dear cadets, by observing this figure, you can easily understand that the ratio of 1 and 3 is equal to the ratio of 2 and 6. So easily we can understand the two ratio are equal. And if this happens, then what we can say? Yes, boys, we generally tell it is proportion. So, dear cadets, today I am going to talk about ratio and proportion. First of all, learning outcomes. Dear cadets, at the end of my class, you will be able to explain the ratio of multiple expression, explain the concept of proportion, solve real life problems related to the proportion. First of all, we will know what is the definition of the ratio. A ratio is the comparison of two or more numbers or quantities. Since a ratio is the comparison of two or more numbers or quantities, that is same quantities, that's why a ratio has no units. Now, three ways to write a ratio. The ratio of A to B can be written as either A to B or A ratio B or A by B. So we see three ways to write a ratio among these three boys and five girls. How this can be written? Yes, 3 to 5 or 3 ratio 5 or 3 by 5. Now What is successive ratio? Suppose that the ratio of ages of son and father is 15:41. The first one is called antecedent and second one is called subsequent. And the ratio of the ages of father and grandfather is equal to 41:65. When two ratios are put together, we get son says ratio father says ratio grandfather says. That will be 15:41:65. This type of ratio is called successive ratio. It is to be noted that the subsequent of first ratio, which is the age of the father in this case, is equal to antecedent of second ratio. If the subsequent of first ratio is not equal to the antecedent of the second ratio, then they are made equal to find the successive ratio. I am repeating again. If subsequent of the first ratio is not equal to the antecedent of the second ratio, then they are made equal to find the successive ratio. So we can say that to convert to ratio into successive ratio, both the antecedent and the subsequent of second ratio are to be multiplied by the subsequent of the first ratio, and both antecedent and subsequent of first ratio are to be multiplied by the antecedent of the second ratio. This is very much important. Boys, pay attention. To convert two ratios into successive ratio, both of the antecedent and subsequent of the second ratio are to be multiplied by the subsequent of the first ratio, and both the antecedent and subsequent of the first ratio are to be multiplied by the antecedent of the second ratio. As for example, 7:5 and 8:9 are two ratios. Express them as successive ratio. Solution. Let us start. The first ratio is 7:5. So we can write it by 7/5. What is the antecedent of the second ratio? That is 8. So I have multiplied this 7/5 by 8 and 8. So finally we get the result 7 into 8, that is 56, and 5 into 8 is equal to 40. So final ratio is 56:40. Now the second ratio, this is 18:9, which we can write as 8/9. Again, we see the subsequent of first ratio is 5, and I have multiplied both the numerator and denominator by this 5. So 8 into 5 equal to 40, and 9 into 5 this equal to 45. So final ratio is 40:45. So from these two ratio, we see that the first one has become 56:40, and second ratio has become 40:45. So what we can write? The successive ratio of two ratios is 56:40:45. Now we will discuss about proportion and proportional. Of the four quantities, if the ratio of first and second quantity and the ratio of third and fourth quantity are equal to each other, then the four quantities form a proportion. Each quantity of proportion is called proportional. I am repeating again. Among four quantities, If the ratio of first two is equal to the ratio of the second two, then these quantities form a proportion, and each quantity of proportion is called proportional. So what we can write? We can write first ratio, first quantity ratio second quantity, this equal to third quantity ratio fourth quantity. So we can write first quantity divided by second quantity, this equal to third quantity divided by fourth quantity. So finally, if we apply the cross multiplication, we can write first quantity into fourth quantity, this equal to second quantity into third quantity. That is first quantity to fourth quantity. If we want to do it, first quantity to fourth quantity, this is called the cross multiplication. Okay, we do it. Now we observe that first and fourth quantities of proportion are called marginal quantities, and second and third quantities of proportion are called mid quantities. So this is very much important. What is the marginal quantities and what are the mid quantities? Now problem. The first problem is determine the third quantity of 8, 7 and 14. So let us start. Here the first quantity is 8. We see this one is first quantity. First quantity is 8. The second quantity is 7 and the fourth quantity is 14. We see here. Now we know that the first quantity into fourth quantity, this equal to second quantity into third quantity. Putting the value of first quantity and fourth quantity, we get 8 into 14. This equal to the value of second quantity is 7. So 7 into third quantity. Then the third quantity will be equal to 8 into 14 divided by 7. If we make calculation, then 7 into 1 equal to 7 and 7 into 2 equal to 14, and finally 8 into 2, this equal to 16. So the third quantity is 16, and thus our required result will be 16. Out of three quantities, if the ratio of first and second quantities and the ratio of second and third quantities are mutually equal, then the proportion is called continued proportion. Because this one is very much important. The three quantities are called continued proportion. I am repeating again. Out of three quantities, if the ratio of first and second quantities and the ratio of second and third quantities are mutually equal, then the proportion is called continued proportion. The three quantities are called a continued proportional. Now, if these three quantities are A, B, C, that is, if three quantities A, B, C are proportional of the proportion A ratio B and B ratio C, then A by B equal to B by C. Then applying cross multiplication, we can write A cross B equal to B square. That is multiplication of first and third quantities is equal to the square of second quantity. So we will solve a problem now. The problem is, if first and third quantities of a continued proportional are 4 and 16, determine the mid proportional and continued proportion. So boys, let's start. We know that first quantity into third quantity, this equal to second quantity whole square. So we have given that the first quantity is 4 and the third quantity is 16. So putting that value, we get 4 into 16, this equal to mid quantity whole square. So mid quantity whole square, that is 4 into 16, this equal to 64. And finally we get this mid quantity equal to square root of 64, that is 8. So the required continued proportion is 4 ratio 8 equal to 8 ratio 16, and mid proportional is 8. Cadets, now another problem. The problem is, the ratio of income of Ponir and Topon is 4 ratio 3 and that of Topon and Robin is 5 ratio 4. If the income of Ponir is Taka 120, what is the income of Robin? So boys, let's start. The ratio of income of Ponir and Topon is, what is given? The ratio of income of Ponir and Topon is 4 ratio 3, which can be written as 4 by 3. The ratio of Topon and Robin is 5 ratio 4. The antecedent of this ratio is 5. So I have multiplied both the numerator and numerator by 5. So we get 20 divided by 15. So this can be written as 20 ratio 15. Then the ratio of income of Topon and Robin is 5 ratio 4, which can be written as 5 by 4. Again, multiplying this 5 by 4, that is numerator and denominator both by 3, which 3? This 3. We get 15 divided by 12. So ratio is 15 ratio 12. So what we can say? We can say that Ponir's income ratio Topon's income ratio Robin's income, this equal to 20 ratio 15 ratio 12. Now Ponir's income ratio Robin's income, this equal to 20 ratio 12, which can be written as Ponir's income divided by Robin's income, this equal to 20 by 12. So Robin's income equal to Ponir's income into 12. That is the cross multiplication. Applying here cross multiplication, this one and this one. We get Robin's income equal to Ponir's income into 12 divided by 20. Yes. Then we have given that the Ponir's income is 120. Putting that 120, then calculating, we get this portion, and then multiplying 6 and 12, we get 72. So Robin's income is Taka 70. So we want to see the question again. What is the income of Robin? So we can say that the income of Robin is Taka 70. Dear cadets, till now I have discussed many things about ratio which is related to the broad question. Now I will discuss some MCQ question. The first one, what is called the ratio 5:10 equal 10:20? Proportion, continued proportion, inverse proportion, unit ratio. What will be the answer? The answer will be number C, continued proportion. Here we see if the subsequent and antecedent of two ratio are equal, then we call it continued proportion. Then if the proportion A ratio B equals C ratio D is a continued proportion, which of the following relation is correct? It is a easy level question. So which one will be correct? We want to see. The result is C, that is B equal to C. Because here we can write A, B equal to C. If these two are equal, then it will be a continued proportion. Next one. Here is a blank space. This ratio 27 equal 5 ratio 15. Which of the following will be put in the blank space? It is a medium level question. So we have to calculate. Suppose the blank space is X, then calculating we get the result, and the result will be 9, because 9 into 3 we get 27, and here 5 into 3 we get 15. Or you can easily calculate by this way, that is, here you have to write, if you want to write X here, then X divided 27, this will be equal to 5 divided 15. Then calculating this on and this on, we will get 3. So 3x equal to 27, thus x equal to 9. The next MCQ question is, if 5 and 45 are two marginal expression of continued proportion, what is the proportion? See, if we let the mid quantity is x, then 5 ratio x equal to x ratio 45, that is 5 by x equal to x by 45. So x square equal to 5 into 45, that is x equal to 15. So the ratio is 1:3:9. So what will be the answer? The answer is 1:3:9. The next one, boys, it is a hard level question. It is given that if a banana seller bought each banana at the rate of taka 4 and sold it taka 26 per hali, what is the ratio of the cost price and the selling price of each banana? We want to say it. Given that the selling price of 4 bananas is taka 26, so the selling price of one banana is 26 divided by 4. So the selling price of one banana is taka 13 divided by 2. Calculating this one, we get this result. So cost price ratio selling price, that is 4 ratio 13 divided by 2. Then multiplying this ratio by 2, we get 8:13. So the result is number C, 8:13. The next MCQ question is, the cost of a kg of rice is B taka. In the same way, cost of C kg of rice is D taka. Which one of the following is expressed in the ratio? So cost of 1 kg rice is A by B, and cost of 1 kg rice will be C by D, and these two will be equal. That's why we can write A by C equal to B by D. So the result is B. Now it is time to take home task. Carrots. A piece of ornament is made by mixing bronze, zinc, and silver. In that piece of ornament, the ratio of bronze and zinc is 1:2, and the ratio of zinc and silver is 3:5. Find how many grams of silver are there in ornament weighing 19 grams. Number 2, if 9,600 is divided amongst Sarah, Maimuna, and Raisha in the ratio of 4:3:1, how much taka will each of them get? Dear cadets, I have discussed about broad question, MCQ question, about your textbook, that is chapter 2.1 related to the ratio and proportion. If you have any query, have any doubt, then you must ask me in your comment section. Dear cadets, at the very last time of my class, I again want to say you that the symptom of coronavirus, people suffering from novel coronavirus have complained of mild to severe respiratory illness with symptom of fever, cough, and shortness of breath. So boys, you have to sincere about this. Stay home and stay fine. Thank you very much.